Hello, welcome to Chatbox with Sam. Today we are at the panel of the Blackwater Blues series with Corey Nemick and Jason London. I hope you enjoy the Q&A.
And they didn't have the money to give all of it to us, so we went straight into a crowdfunding thing, and we got enough money to do what we call a teaser trailer, you know, just a pilot teaser trailer. And instead of 60 pages, we did, 20
Well, we did a half hour. No, what we did was we changed it from an hour format to a half hour format.
Right,
so we actually shot a full half hour pilot. It's
Right.
we didn't just shoot a teaser.
Right.
All right, so let's get that clear first of all. We shot a full half hour pilot.
Compared to the original 60 pages, it was a teaser, but he's completely right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and in all honesty, I think it works out better as a half
Way
hour
better.
show than an hour show because it's kind of a dark comedy and the murder mystery side of it. It allows us a bit more, I think, creative freedom to tell a little bit more in a shorter amount of time. I kind of like it.
If you look up a Blackwater Blues trailer, what you'll see like the initial storyline, which is our mother worked for the Blackwater Mafia. She was married to the guy that kind of ran the whole thing. But 10 years ago, she just disappeared off the planet. And so, where we're approaching it as the creators, we don't want to go in knowing it. We go in not knowing it ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So we're trying to create something that we go, let's just freebird this thing. Let's see what happens.
And then we were introduced to Steve Wise, who I had met at Pensacon.
Steve
at the Halloween.
Wise. Steve
Come on out,
Wise.
Steve. Come on.
This is
And
our
so
director.
This guy, no, seriously, he deserves a really big round of applause. This guy. He did such a fantastic
Our man
job
who had such a
with
beautiful
no money,
vision, had a beautiful vision.
no time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no budget, no time. It was just, and this guy he came through, always level-headed, knew what he wanted to get, got everything he needed, and we even wrapped early on a couple of days.
Every day, and I think we only had 3 days. But what would happen is that Corin and I, we'd be in the middle of doing a scene we have a lot of our friends that are the other actors in the thing. We would just look at each other and just hug. We would just grab each other and hug each other. Like we couldn't believe how beautiful it was going. And so I think that there's something really special going to happen with this. We've got Brad J, the producer.
Let's introduce all our crew and everything after we show them.
There we go. Hey, we have our other cast. Come on.
Well, if you want to real quick, we can just have everybody stand up real quick. We got Brad J, co-producer right here. We got Chad Kinsey, who plays character Gunter. We got Chase Waters here, who plays Gleason. We got Bobby Ben here, who's also a co-producer.
We got Lewis Coleman, who's going to be coming later as a lawyer, right here. Lewis Coleman.
We got where else? Where's Lewis is here? Where else is? Who else is? We got Kat Wynn over here.
Got Kat Wynn over here.
A lot of the social media stuff, associate producing.
But when you go into these things, you hope.
And Clay Hughes is somewhere around here. Where's Clay Hughes?
Yeah.
Clay Hughes is back there. Does some music for us.
Wrote
and was an associate producer.
The greatest theme song for a show you could ever imagine.
He did a fantastic job on it.
Yeah. And so we've got a few very talented friends that are incredible musicians. We have the soundtrack locked. We have
What's getting there?
all of the.
What you're going to see is not a polished. The teaser is more polished, but the two scenes that we're going to show you, we're jumping the gun, showing you guys the scenes, but they're good. You're going to love them, but they're not fully polished yet. So just to let you know that, but they're pretty darn close.
Yeah.
But the idea too, and this was Corin's idea, is that it's a graphic novel come to life.
Exactly.
And so we're going to have, between the scenes of transition where we actually see the comic book that is Blackwater Blues.
Yeah.
And then, so we open up the comic book, see the artwork in there, and then one of the panels will come to life. And then we go into it and see the scene, and then at the end of the scene, it freeze frames into, whatever that last shot is, and then we come back out to see the artwork, page turns, and we go and we transition to the next scene.
Right, and there's nothing more fun as an actor to be turned into a cartoon.
Oh, and also
No, I'm not joking. It's the coolest thing ever.
And we'll have a digital, there's gonna be a digital comic, we're gonna do a comic version of every episode. So there'll be a graphic novel version of every single episode available as well, down the road. So we're working on the first digital comic. Right now it should be almost finished while we're doing all of the other stuff that we're doing. Should we show some stuff?
Yeah.
Or
So what we have.
Let Steve give a preface here.
Yeah, we have 2 scenes, and just a little word of warning in case anybody has sensitive ears, there is some language in there. But
Fucking what?
Yeah, it's starting. It's starting.
I fucking dare you to fucking do that.
There is some of that. Apologies ahead of time.
Corn wrote the script.
It's my fault. It's just how rednecks talk.
But anyways, we have 2 scenes, one that kind of introduces the characters and the situation, and then we have another scene that kind of pays off what this scene sets up with one of the characters. Let's go ahead and...
Are we going to be able to show the teaser?
Unfortunately, I don't have that video.
Oh, we don't? It's on YouTube, though.
Go to YouTube. Go to
Oh, you
YouTube.
have access for it? Okay. Well, you guys are going to have to go to Blackwater Blues trailer.
Blackwater
and
Blues
watch the
trailer on YouTube.
itself, and here you'll be able to see a couple of scenes.
But these scenes, and like Corin said, they're still work in progress, but you get the idea of what is going on, and it looks darn good. And I want to say, too, before we show that as a director, I lucked out that we had this cast. And,
Thanks, bud.
I mean, because I didn't have to, like Jason was saying, we kind of chopped
Director-proof cast.
Director-proof cast. And, I was able to set up the shots and go, act.
He got to have the freedom to be creative because he knew that he had the actors that he had were going to go ahead and take care of him without him having to babysit us.
And not just these guys, but the rest of the cast.
Everyone. Oh, no.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, John.
Thanks, brother.
And Steve Wise, the wise man, who
Wise man.
you see the work speaks for itself, and that's not even the finished product. I mean, God, how amazing, Thank you.
All right, Gunther.
Chad Kimsey here.
Gunther, it's your turn.
Thank you.
Tell them a little bit about your character and...
I'm Chad Kimsey.
And also, by the way, Chase Waters is the lead singer for
Candy Bone.
one of the greatest bands in the South named Candy Bone. So, singer-songwriter.
Check him out.
Check out Candy Bone. He's one of the most badass musicians you'll ever see in your life.
True story. True story.
All right, so I'm Chad Kimsey. I played the role of Gunther. Gunther is the dead mayor's son. The mayor choked on an olive. Seriously. And so that character is caught between 2 worlds. Definitely the Hannibal Biker Club, which is ruthless and notorious for drug running, and then also running from these guys who know him as the mayor's son, who's now vulnerable and has no idea.
Dude, I totally forgot.
No more political protection.
No more political
I totally forgot about that part.
Yeah, no more political protection. So it's just a survival role. And I couldn't be more excited. These guys, like working with them.
And Chad was my buddy on the Love America tour thing we did. He was the one. He was on the bus with me, the RV with me for 4 weeks straight. I think we did 3,700 miles, 17 cities, over 60 interviews. It was quite the time, and so it was a pleasure to have Chad come on board this project with us as well.
This is my first acting project, and Steve he directed me, and then I did it. So it was great.
You did a beautiful job.
And there's a great scene with him with some bikers. And biker gang.
Bobby Ben over here.
Yeah, one of our producers, Benny, who's not here anymore. Yeah, so this is Bobby Ben. We can drop a mic over to him, and he can tell you a little bit about himself and his character.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Did y'all have a good time this weekend for Comic-Con? I can hear y'all. Alright, there you go. Alright, so I play LeBron. I'm one of the bikers from the Cannibals. And I want to know where my money is. Somebody still got my money. Actually, when Corn asked me to be a part of this project, I'm a little psyched. Warren and I just started this thing called Skills War. And Warren was doing this thing. And he said, I'm sorry, you can't hear me now? Okay. So we started this thing called Skittles War. And this thing was going on for the longest times. And Warren said, hey, I got a project. You want to do it? I'm like, yeah. So I started on this project. And when I read the script, I'm like, you know what? I got to do it. I don't normally play a bad guy role in my projects, but this was actually really good. So I was really happy to do it.
Killed it.
Oh, no, I only did what y'all asked me to do. But Steve Wise, man, a heck of a director. He told us what to do. I had to beat up on a couple of people. I buckled up. So I'm going to hand it on over to my man, Brad.
Brad J. He's the guy, he did not only as a big part of the show, producer-wise and everything else, he did like all of the
Got all the cars. He did all the drone
got
shots.
the cars. He did every drone shot. He did all of that. There's a great shot at the beginning when you see like two alligators. Really, Jason? Two alligators in a river, and he had the drone right above them, and just did the most beautiful drone shots you've ever seen. So
Appreciate that introduction.
Yeah, so you want to just talk a little bit about your
So I came on the show originally. I was going to be kind of the cameraman. It was an even lower budget project whenever I started out on it. After working with Jason for a few days, we were like, oh, well, maybe we should make him producer and hire an even better cameraman.
he killed it.
So yeah, I just helped out. We helped bring in all the cast and crew, did a lot of meetings, a lot of beer drinking, people trying to put the project together.
Well, doing business in southern Mississippi is kind of like doing business in the 1950s. It's like everybody wants to meet for cocktails down there for some reason. I'm like, this is bizarre. And if you did that in Los Angeles, you'd never work again.
And we were the last guys to ever get the Dixie beer, so we kind of had to take advantage.
Yeah, we had a few of those. Helped out making the whole thing happen. Then on set was running around kind of helping keep everybody fed, keep everybody energized and all that.
And let me interject something too. So I'm here in Pensacola, and Brad was in Ocean Springs. Well, we were bringing in cast and crew from all over the place. And of course, a lot of the locations, and according to Jason, we're in Ocean Springs also. And so trying to coordinate everything from long distance, and our executive producer was in Los Angeles, and between, so basically Brad was the guy at the location to be able to handle a lot of the business.
Well, and let's not forget
Kat was
Caterpillar right there.
Both associate producing.
Yes.
Kat and Teresa over here, our sissy right here.
And Margaret was we didn't see her.
And Margaret,
Can't forget the mystery woman.
Our girls are the ones that saved our ass. That's all I gotta say.
But the guys on screen, of course, are the stars, and they get all the glory. But you have all these people that work behind the scenes also that are, they work their butts off, and they just, without the production people and the camera crew and the audio crew and all the grips and Clay not only did contribute to the music, but he was on set just as a production assistant to help out in any way. And it's an army that you have, that each department has to work together in harmony and work very long days, and they're working behind the scenes. And well, these guys get the glory.
Well, but not only that, there's a difference between whenever you're just an actor on a show, you just get to show up and you go, oh, what are my lines today, whatever. We created this, we wrote it. So our responsibility was so much greater than what we would normally do. So we were wanting to make sure that everybody was on the right page,
And also,
and the truth of the matter was, we never had we didn't. Everybody was already there.
Everything was.
Like we didn't have to freak out about anything. Everybody was already there, and how rare does that happen? I mean, it was
so great. So this is why I think that this is a special project, and I think that once we get to all get it up on its feet, we all get to start making that moolah from it. I think that we're gonna, because we all work really well together, and we also communicate. Nobody fights. Let's go.
I would like to go into the audience too, though. If anybody has any questions at all?
Yeah,
Just
sorry,
raise your
I'm
hand.
sorry, we're yapping. Yeah, we're yapping.
Before we get all of those are already set up. We already have HBO is waiting to see it. Showtime is waiting to see it. Netflix is waiting to see it. Amazon is waiting to see it. All of these things are covered. So we're right in the pocket. Once we finish up the pilot version of this, we're right in the pocket to sell this. I've done it before in this style with me and David Faustino. I'm not going to get into that, but we did a similar thing, pilot presentation, shot a bit of a show, and sold it within a couple of weeks. And this is 1,000 times better than what we sold last time. I mean, 1,000 times better. So I have the
By the
utmost
way,
confidence.
the other one's really
Not
good.
gonna be a problem.
This one is a
I'd be
1,000
tarred
times
and
better.
feathered if it came out today. I'll tell you that. It's